Ladies and gents, Six Figs here from YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the one and only CKB Nervos Network. Folks, you guys can see there's a lot of stuff that is pumping on the charts across the crypto ecosystem. We got Nervos Network in on the day at minus 2.2%. It's kind of been a wash of a week. We haven't really seen too many crazy highs and lows, but we're still up 42.9% on the month. So here's the deal, folks. We're going to walk this thing right through the weekly chart all the way down to like the 4-hour chart and just kind of get a feeling as to what moves we can be expecting long-term and short-term. So with that said, what's going on right now with price action? You guys can see that I have some technical analysis that's left over from the last video I did on CKB. 50 moving average, I'm projecting, will kind of come down like this. But I am thinking that, within the next month, maybe two, we will see CKB climb up to around this 0.005, half cent, maybe just under, maybe just above level. And at that point, folks, I'm hoping that we see some sort of inverse head and shoulders to the upside. We would get a very nice neckline to create this inverse head and shoulders. But how are we going to get there, folks? And we're going to speculate on that. And speaking of speculation, folks, that is what you ought to do when we look at technical analysis. Just speculate, because nothing is guaranteed, and this isn't financial or trading advice. So for the last week or so, I've been kind of coming up with this theory. That we could be seeing some sort of cup and handle really form here. And if we're lucky, we'll see price kind of come down, and who knows when. But if we get lucky, we will see price kind of come down, bump into this 50 moving average or the shoulder of this Ichimoku cloud, and hopefully we get price to come back up on the daily charts here and really kind of mess with that 200 moving average. I'm just going to clean this up. So I'm looking for a cup and handle, which would go something like this. Maybe trade sideways, and then boom, off to the race. So here's that 50 moving average, which would come up like this. Here's the 200. So we get a golden cross, which, hey, that's good. But we are seeing price action still retain its dominance above the daily Ichimoku cloud, which is super bullish in my opinion. Because look what happens when price action falls below the Ichimoku cloud. It's bad. It's very bad. Especially on the daily chart, the weekly chart. We see it all the time in some of these shorter time frame charts, and that doesn't matter as much. So right now, I'm hoping that we see CKB not drop too low, right? Because we don't want people to lose their sanity. But if we, be prepared, because we could see this thing maybe come down to the 0.00299 level, maybe the 0.0028 level, and bounce back upwards. Right now, folks, I'm just kind of looking at the daily, and this just kind of looks like a textbook bull flag. I mean, it really does. So let's really kind of get our rectangle out. So we could just kind of trade within this chop and really kind of move. Bear with me 1 second here. OMG. So we got our nice bull flag pull, and then we got our flag. And so we could just see this thing kind of maybe trade out like this and hit this 50 moving average as well, and start moving to the upside. But, where we did see a little bit of Elliott wave theory to the upside here, and I'm expecting an ABC or ABCDE retracement. Almost looks like we got a little bit of something going on here. It's just very bizarre price action on this daily chart. Let's scoot on over to this 4-hour chart, and then we'll check out Bitcoin. So here you guys can see this very nice trading range that we are seeing prices kind of bounce between this 0.00295-ish level and right around this 0.00356-ish level. So things are looking kind of good. On this 4-hour chart, though, we did see price action come up to this 50 moving average and reject. So now we're getting some bearish engulfing candles that are present. So this may come back down and bounce off this 200, which would be kind of right in that 0.0029, 0.0028, 7-ish level that we were just kind of talking about. Bitcoin, let's go. Just because we want to see where things are at with the market, right? What's Bitcoin doing? So Bitcoin in itself is kind of forming like this little channel to the upside. And this might even be some sort of rising wedge that we are seeing, being created right now. So on the 4-hour chart, it's going to be interesting with Bitcoin. We've got somewhat of an Elliott wave theory move to the upside, and it just kind of is in this upward angular consolidation pattern known as a rising wedge. So this one's going to be interesting. So let's just take a quick peek at Bitcoin on the weekly because I'm very curious to see about this. Bear with me. My phone is going nuts. And we are seeing Bitcoin really push on this 200 moving average. I think we're going to see 24, 28, 20, 25,000. But we've got what's called a death cross that's happening, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. A lot of times when we see like these death crosses or golden crosses, it's actually on like the weekly chart. There's a good chance you'll see some sort of reversal, things like that. So this one's going to be interesting. I think that there would be a good chance of maybe seeing some sort of inverse head and shoulders appear here as well. Kick the rally off in March for the bull market, I'm hoping. But on the weekly, folks, we need to get back above this 200 moving average. That much is for sure. Bitcoin has a very nice avenue to have price action run through this little thin part of the Ichimoku cloud. Let's just look at the daily on Bitcoin quick. All right. So, yeah, I mean, this kind of goes with my rising wedge theory. We've seen this price action just kind of get too far from this Ichimoku cloud, and I think we're going to see like a little bit of consolidation, whether that's a flag or symmetrical triangle. But I do think that this could be one of the first legs up for Bitcoin. We could be seeing Bitcoin really kind of gear up on this daily chart to maybe do something like this. And it's going to be interesting, folks. So with that said, this is not financial trading advice, folks. I want you guys all to understand that. And we will keep a close eye on the markets as these prices and the markets start to become more bullish and bullish. We will be covering these assets on pretty much a daily basis, keeping an eye on everything. So it's good to subscribe. Smash that like button if you would. We'll see you all on the next video.